You know what happens with this show? We don't really warm up for a minute because the show's so long.
Yeah.
So when you go anywhere else and you sit down, the shit be damn near over before you get.
Joe's a piece of shit, yo.
What? I don't know what the fuck.
Yo, I'm gonna start throwing shit at these niggas.
Be okay when they come back. I pitched when I was little. Nigga, be okay when they come back.
Wait. We didn't warm up because the show was so. Never back.
And because Mark is such an asshole.
What's good, people? It's your boy The Kitchen. Now, what you just saw here was a clip from the latest episode of the JBP, and I can't lie, in this episode, Ish really wasn't the same Ish that we're used to seeing week in and week out, where he's kind of happy-go-lucky, he's willing to engage in debates, in conflict, in shots that are thrown his way. But with this latest episode, it just feels like something happened. Something must have happened behind the scenes of Ish, whether it be personal problems, or it may just be he wasn't up for it today. Everybody has, an off day where they just don't care. They're not going to play along with the bullshit. They don't care to joke. They just want to do their job and go back to their crib. And I feel like that was Ish today, especially with certain topics like this topic that you just saw in the beginning, where these guys would talk, well, not these guys, really just Ish, where he would talk about just going to other places. And when I say other places, I mean other podcasts. And he would actually go on to say how quick the process is when going to these other pods that invite him on. And he compared it to the pod that he currently is on now, and he talks about how much preparation or the lack of preparation it takes, and these guys just come in and pod for hours upon hours upon hours, which would cause Mark Lamont Hill to lose control and die laughing, while Joe would get up out of his chair and walk away. Yes, and while walking away from Ish, he would tell Ish to shut the F up. Now, I can't lie, this was very disrespectful, because not only was Joe telling Ish to shut the F up, Mark Lamont Hill was dying. I ain't never seen Mark Lamont Hill laugh like this. And you can tell Ish was dead serious, because Ish was not laughing. He was wondering, like, why are you guys laughing? I'm trying to talk. And I also feel like Ish is low-key trying to send Joe a message. Like, yo, I come in here, I'm on time, I pod, I work hours upon hours upon hours here, and I'm not even respected. I mean, the least you can do is respect me while I'm telling my story. Plus, I don't complain. I've only complained once, and that is true, because Ish made a pretty stupid comment I wouldn't say a couple years ago, but it was a while back, where he would say podding is very, very difficult, and Imani would even have to jump in and say, yo, what you're doing is a luxury. People would die to get paid doing what you're doing. And if you guys missed that clip, here it is.
2 days a week, and they just telling you that
you
that's
physically work 2 days a week.
So what?
The job
You have to be at the premises of the job 2 days a week.
That's not physical work.
That's it.
That's not constitute physical
You
work.
have to be here 2 days a
That
week.
don't constitute physical work. The louder you get, that'll make you writer. You could work from home remotely in your drawers and you do
Because you're watching TV, you do that on your own spare time. That's not real work.
I don't
What are you talking about?
watch everything
That's
that
not
Joe
real-
want me to watch in my fucking spare time.
Oh my God, you're getting paid to watch shit. Oh, how fucking much work you doing.
What are you talking about?
That's not a lot of work, my nigga.
Yo, that's to
you do
you.
that in your spare time. It's
Yo.
not like that shit is so trendy.
Imani,
Come on,
we not-
man.
Listen to this. Hold up, time out. We not bugging.
No,
you
you're not
allocate
bugging.
time from spending with my fucking daughter to watch some shit that I normally would watch. And I could be in the
Oh,
gym.
that's bullshit.
You sound crazy.
Because you take time away from the girl to watch shit that you...
And while Ish is complaining about having to pod, about having to watch these certain shows in order to talk about it on the pod, it's not like he just does podding on the JBP and go home. He does other pods. As you can see, he's done Bag Fuel a couple of times, may I add. He's done Black Enterprise. He's done independent content creators podcasts. I mean, Ish is making his rounds, which then makes me question, is Ish planning to leave the JBP? Is he in fact trying to build up his own popularity online so that when he leaves he has an audience that goes with him? Or is he doing all of this to receive more money from the JBN network because of all these interviews, all these bookings that he's able to get simply from being just one of, I think, 5 or 6 co-hosts on the JBN network. It does speak volumes. So at first, I can't lie, I just chalked it up to Ish wanting more money from the JBN. But then I remember an old episode. Remember Hakuna Matata? That episode? Very, very special episode. I got a lot from this episode. And I remember this. They were talking about contracts. And Ish had a problem. So much so that he addressed it on the pod. That there was a certain clause that Ish wanted removed from the contract. And Joe and his lawyer wouldn't do it. And I was always confused as to why Ish cared about that clause, because at that time he didn't care about going on to other pods. He didn't care about being a content creator. He was just helping his man out that lost 2 of his co-hosts because of business. And now, in hindsight, now that Ish is doing all these pods, Ish is doing all these events, Ish is shopping himself around doing different pods, people actually liking him doing merch, doing all these business moves outside the pod. Everything is starting to kind of make sense. But if you guys haven't heard this clip, here it is.
Am I taking Ish to court for his house money if he don't want a pod anymore? Let's be realistic here.
Okay,
Answer my question.
probably not. But let me ask a question.
We just seen this. Stop. We just seen this with
Let 'em
2
talk, Joe.
niggas that I should have
Let
took
'em-
to
let 'em
court. We just seen this with 2 niggas that I should have and had every right to go to court. Like, let's be realistic in this. To that you say.
My point is, if that's the case, then leave it out the contract then.
Leave what out the contract?
That one part, that the one.
Then you leave the stipulation
yeah,
out the
if
contract.
it don't matter like that,
If
then you
it don't
leave it out.
matter, leave it out.
No, because it matters. It's for you to adhere to. It does matter. It don't matter in is Joe going to sue Ish or not, but it does matter. The person that's paying me,
Joe,
him, if it's a number that he agrees to,
Right. You want
yeah,
the
that
guarantees?
person is to be protected. So their money is not just fucked.
But he's paying something too. That's
Stop
what he's
it.
saying.
that's true. No, you're
And that's what
your
the
point is
people
right.
from the other position get in rooms with attorneys and figure out ways to argue. I'm not trying to invalidate his argument, but it's 2 different things that you're arguing. Also, why Ish's point falls flat on what his attorney is saying is because that was twofold. Before we got to, hey, he need the ability to quit whenever he want, it was, hey, get rid of that shit that says he can't go start another podcast and have the ability to quit. Those were the 2 final points. Wait, let me talk. You interrupting again. Those were the 2 final points in that contract combined.
Can we address
Now,
can we address the
you
first
still
one?
interrupting.
I want to address
But
the
you
first
still
one.
interrupting.
You pivoting.
I'm not pivoting.
You are. Go ahead, though.
I'm preparing my argument the way I prepare it. What you think, I have something else in the tuck? Can I finish?
We still on point.
Now, you play Joe.
Me?
You played, never you.
Why not me?
Because I'm talking to Ice, and we're doing the lawyer thing. I'm talking to Ice and Parks and Corey and Young Boys in the back. Y'all play Joe.
Okay.
It's y'all company, and you just went through whatever you just went through with whatever you just went through. And now your 2 final red lines with your new host is I need the ability to go do a podcast about whatever I want, no matter when I leave this podcast, and I need the ability to leave this podcast whenever I want.
That's not what happened, though.
You are interrupting me. Ice, Parks, and Young Boys in the back, please tell me how you respond.
With that information right there, I say fuck out of here.
Absolutely.
1000%.
As would I.
Fuck out of here.
That's not what's taking place, though. That is your description of what is taking place. And again, you pivoted.
It's the description of the guy that has said yes to everything.
That's not true, though. I didn't ask for nothing.
That's not true.
Yo, dog. He's wrong. First
That's
of all,
not.
I want to stay.
That's not
on,
true.
Listen to what the points I want to stay on.
The money you make now is the money you was gonna make if you signed this contract. So you asked for something,
No, y'all offered something.
and it stated that offer, or did you ask for something?
Did you counter offer the offer?
Of course he did.
Yeah, I did.
All right, so yeah.
So you asked for something.
Keep going.
Keep going. What? That was my final point.
No, you said I'm the guy that said yes to everything. You making it seem as if
I
it's
said
a law.
yes to that too.
No,
Yes.
So look,
There were 2 final points that we said no to, which is You cannot go start a podcast about whatever you want whenever you leave this podcast.
And I would never.
And no, you can't just up and quit and go do that. You cannot do those two things.
He's combining the two.
Those two things make sense.
They do.
That is
No,
well
one of
within the right of the fucking company.
One of them makes sense.
The podcast one, we don't have to debate.
That we don't have to debate the podcast one, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to sway the argument by bringing in some other information. Stay on point one, which is if you want the ability to fire me at will, I need the ability to quit at will because we both have the same vested stake and interest in both being employed.
But I responded
makes
to that
sense.
by saying you have the ability to quit
So
at will.
tell your lawyer to put it in the contract, and we won't even be having this conversation.
Hell no.
So as you guys can see, Ish may or may not have had this plan all along. It was to get hot on the pod, gain popularity, gain the public's love and affection for him, then leave. I mean, it would be the perfect plan. And it seems like Ish is still being overworked and not respected, because I haven't even mentioned the Mark Lamont Hill rivalry, but remember the Tiana Taylor interview? Joe was very vocal on saying that they have been at that studio for hours upon hours, and Ish didn't really sound like he was happy about that. And if you didn't hear that clip, here it is.
We have a very the most specialist of guests. So special that all of us are still here
Way past our bedtime.
later than we've ever been here.
Ever.
Yo, you know what I'm
Tired, hungry,
Starving.
exhausted, and then
Hey, yo, my nigga, you should have ordered some food.
I did.
But this is very, very interesting. How do you guys feel about this? Do you guys feel like Ish has ulterior motives here? Or do you guys feel like this is just COE? Or am I in fact just reaching? I am reaching for nothing. There's nothing there. Zero. Nada. But like I said, let me know how you guys feel in the comments. And until next time, it's your boy The Kitchen. Deuces.